Today we'll be doing some barbell bench press. Today we'll be doing some bench press, but here's the thing. We're doing incline bench press, but here's the thing. My phone had a bit of issues, so I usually kept my record stored in my phone on a particular app, and the phone is having some issues. It's currently being fixed up, so I don't have that on me, which I will have to work my way up to 100 marks. I have a fair idea what I have to do for the weight, so I'll work my way up and play around with whatever it feels like doing, and then I will use a percentage and work after that. I will have to do that for all of my compounds. For the isolation, I will have to see what I can do. You know, I'm pretty new to this camera talking to the camera. It is new to me, so it will take some getting used to, because you have to train yourself to talk to a camera like if it's a person, which I'm trying to do. I'm imagining that this is a person. What kind of person? You know, to get that natural feeling, like when you want to talk and just express yourself like we would with a person. It's strange, you know. Usually if you're not a person, it records often, but I guess as I'm doing it over and over continuously, I will get better at it. It's like having a conversation with the individual, but they're not talking about, they're just listening. It's like a one-sided conversation. One-sided conversation. Yes. I'll probably have to delete that piece. So yeah, I'll be doing a incline bench press, working my way up to 100 max. Then I'll be adding on some weights. I'm working my way up to 100 max. So yeah, we'll be warming up, working from my lighter weights to my heavy weights as usual. Let's see how that feels. Usually I like to begin my workouts a bit early in the day instead of it becoming dark. For some reason when it starts to become darker. Yes, as I was saying, usually when it becomes dark, for some reason I start to feel tired, you know. Usually is my time. Everyone have a particular time where they prefer to work out, where they naturally feel more energetic. Some people prefer in the morning, some people prefer in the afternoon, some people prefer in the night. I have tried the morning workouts before, and let me tell you, for me, that's a big no. I remember when I first did it, the feeling you wanted to vomit, especially if you get up really early, you wanted to vomit. It feels different. I guess it's the same. I guess if someone is accustomed to working out in the morning, and then they start to do it in the night, they're gonna get that same feeling properly. But for me, the afternoon hours are best for me. For the morning, sometimes when if I was to work in the morning, the joints don't feel so greased up. They don't feel so ready. Like for some reasons, you go through the day, the joints get ready. I don't know, but it feels less achy. That's from my personal experience. But just find whatever works for you. If it is morning, if it is night, if it's afternoon, see what works. Which time of the day you feel the most energy. I'll be adding on some weights and work from there. So I have on here 135 on the bar, and we'll continue to work up. I'm guessing my max probably might stand around 200, a bit above 200 pounds. So let's see how it works out, and then I will take a percentage and do my rep work. Pounds, we bring it to 155, which brings us to 155. We're getting there, we're getting there. It felt a bit heavy. It's getting heavy. So I currently have on here 195. It felt a bit heavy when I went to the 175, but let's see what I can do with 195. Maybe I could push with that 200. As I said, my notes, my records are on the phone and app, and the phones at the shop getting fixed, so I can't fully recall the exact weights, so I have to feed them my way around. Not necessarily, but I'm sure if I come back at it, I continuously work with a 95, 195, 195 until the farm gets corrected. Now, would I take that weight and do the percentage with it? No, not necessarily. I'm going to go with a lesser weight, probably 185 instead of 195, and then I'm going to base the percentage after that, because definitely that was beyond my 1 rep max. And then there, the pin, when I was pressing up the pin, locked me off a bit. The pin was out and it hit the bar, the barbell hit the pin, and it locked me off, and I had to push on it. That was some serious business. And now some neutral grip pull-ups. I find that so far, which I've did it before, but now I'm doing it again, I found that when I suppose I'm doing a push movements, like when I did the incline bench press, and I superset it, I find that when I do two opposing exercises, antagonistic exercises together, saves times. However, I usually pair, for example, a heavy compound push with a heavy vertical pull or a horizontal pull. Most times when I do a bench press, I pair it with a pull up. But which I've did this before, but what I've just did already, I've paired the bench press with the bicep curls, and I found that the workout, it doesn't feel so taxing as when I do two heavy compounds together. I still save time, however, I still do movements that are not directly affecting each other. I'm still saving time, which is important. So now I'm going to do this pull up here. But that is a good way, that is definitely a good way to save time. Try to do movements that are opposing to each other, that won't affect each other. For example, a pull up with a, well, as I mentioned, if you could, for beginners, if you could handle, since you're not pulling that much amount of weight, if you could handle doing a pull up, your pull ups and your bench press one after the other, you can go ahead. But if you find that it's becoming much more taxing, what you can do, you can pair it with something such as, if you're doing a bench press, you could try do your bicep curls. Basically do movements that are not affecting each other. And if you could pair something that is heavy with something that is light, something that requires less weight with something that is heavy, you will find that it's best for your overall workout. You won't feel so drained during the workout, and you find that you will get the best out of that particular heavy compound movement. I mean, you do not want to spend a lot of time in the gym. You want to try your best to do what you gotta do and get out there. It's understandable for some people that they love the gym and they want to be in the gym all the time. Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. But if you're an individual that you're busy and you have responsibilities and you want the most optimal training, you're gonna need to at some point do these kinds of sets where you're doing opposing muscle, doing two exercises that are not affecting each other. I think it's, once again, as I said, antagonistic sets. But also, and I found that this works out much more quicker. For some reason, when I do two heavy compounds together, I find that my energy is sapped out of me. Like I don't have the energy. So for some reason I rest longer and it takes much longer. But for some reason when I do the heavy compound with a lighter exercise, I stick to my rest time, my rest intervals, which I found that when I stick to my rest intervals, I can finish my workout quicker. So for the rep, I didn't get quite above my chin level. It was a bit below, but the previous weight, which was 90 pounds, I did got that clean. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna base my percentage off of the 90, the original 90 weight, which I knew I would probably got 95. But like I said, my records are in the phone, and the phone is currently being fixed up. And that's not a good idea. It's a good idea to keep your records like a physical record, like using books. You can the usual pen and paper. It works, pen and paper. But for some people, they don't like the hassle of having to write down on pages and whatever, or sometimes keeping the book with them. But however, in the long run, books don't crash, phones crash, and there goes the records. Oh yeah, that's 100 pound. My current body weight is 150. That's correct, 150. Sometimes my body weight fluctuates. I'm currently trying to gain some weight. So yeah, 150. I gotta check that lock. I believe it's 150, 151. So I'll be using 50 pounds to do some reps, and I will drop the weights accordingly to what is required for my RIR, my reps in reserve. I'll be doing reps of reserve of 2. I'll be keeping 2 reps in reserve. I felt like I had 2 reps in reserve.